Live from KSAT 12, the 6 o'clock news starts right now.
A man sentenced today to 25 years for killing a 6-year-old girl on Mother's Day in 2021. We've been following the death of Soraya Perez since that shooting at a West Side Car Club event.
Andrew Elizondo was arrested the next day. Our Lee Waldman was in court as Perez's family spoke directly to her killer.
What's the life expectancy of a child killer in prison? I'll answer that for you since you can't answer it. 6 months to a year.
I sentence you to 25 years.
Moments after being sentenced to 25 years for killing 6-year-old Soraya Perez in a plea agreement, Andrew Elizondo came face to face with her family during their victim impact statements.
I forgive you for what you did to me. I forgive you for ripping my child away, but I hope you suffer the next 25 years.
Soraya was killed on Mother's Day in 2021 after she was shot by Elizondo when he fired at the car she was in. The shooting happened after a dispute at a car club event on Southwest 24th Street and West Commerce. Soraya's little brother, now 7 years old, wrote an impact statement that was read by his father, Julio Garcia.
I wish you wouldn't have done that to my sister, me and mommy and daddy. I wish you have a lot of time in there because you deserve that.
Elizondo stood silently nodding as the statements were read. As part of his plea agreement, Elizondo also owes a $5,000 fine, and an additional charge she racked up while being incarcerated in 2022 will be dropped. Soraya's family hopes people remember the girl she was and the legacy she leaves behind.
Soraya was a lot of joy. Soraya was the inspiration of the family. Soraya is what kept people together.
While Soraya's family says this chapter is closed, they don't actually feel any closure. You heard them say over and over again, they don't feel it's right. Elizondo was only sentenced to 25 years. When he was initially booked in 2021, he was facing a charge of capital murder, but that was reduced down to murder when he was indicted. Soraya's grandmother says she feels the district attorney did what he could not to draw this trial out, and they respect him for that. At the Bexar County Courthouse, Lee Waldman, KSAT 12 News.
5 San Antonio police officers hit by gunfire in less than a week while trying to arrest wanted suspects. The police union president today calling on Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez to resign. Dylan Collier joining us here in the studio. Dylan, you sat down with SAPOA President Danny Diaz today. Criticism against Joe Gonzalez just continues to mount.
Yeah, and Diaz says Gonzalez absolutely should step down, claiming the DA has resorted to finger pointing while SAPD officers and the public, for that matter, continue to be put in harm's way. In all 3 of these incidents, the suspects had lengthy criminal histories. 2 of them, Jesse Garcia and Michael Kirkland, were wanted on multiple warrants when investigators say they fired at officers. A 5th officer was shot last night as SAPD chased after a burglary suspect investigators say had run from a stolen vehicle. Diaz said the violent week is proof that the Bexar County justice system is a revolving door for people who commit crimes.
When there's no circumstances to individuals that commit these crimes, they're just going to continue to, do them over and over again.
Gonzalez late this afternoon released a written statement saying that violent crime is down in San Antonio and that he looks forward to continuing his work as the district attorney for Bexar County.
So Dylan, the DA said that in several of these cases, these suspects, their cases were dismissed because of a lack of evidence or a lack of witnesses coming forward that would ultimately lead to a conviction.
Right.
What kind of resources does the DA's office have to build their case, to keep in touch with those witnesses?
You have to remember that this is a very large agency that has victim advocates. You have district attorney investigators who, among their duties, can go out and try and find witnesses who may not be in contact with prosecutors after a case is filed against a defendant, and also prosecutors themselves. I mean, this is a situation where prosecutors are often in contact with the people that are impacted by these cases, keeping them abreast of what's going on. So I think some of the criticism today, including from inside his own office, is that the folks that work in those departments could be doing more to try and keep it from being a case where you see that designation of missing witness or complainant that is no longer cooperating with prosecutors.
So Gonzalez Gonzalez talked with the media yesterday. He called these proof problems, but you have covered some issues within his office itself.
And you have to remember, we are a couple years removed from coming out of COVID, which created a huge backlog. And I think the other issue that his agency is facing is a number of prosecutors and people that actually try these cases that have left for neighboring counties and maybe even back into private practice because the county simply does not pay as well as Kendall County, Comal County. Even though those are smaller entities, the pay is more enticing for some of these prosecutors. So I think when we spoke with him late spring, he was down more than 20 prosecutors. So that's really compounding this problem. And then what we mentioned earlier about maybe doing more to go out and find witnesses that have disappeared.
Yeah, we'll continue to follow what happens here. Dylan, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for reporting, Dylan. We are now in the punishment phase of the Sasha Scar trial. Earlier today, Scar was found guilty of the 2021 murder of San Antonio rapper Martel DeRuin. Erica Hernandez was there as DeRuin's family took the stand.
It's just a big loss that he's not there with us, and we're trying to pull it together, but it's very, very hard.
More than 2 years later, Melissa Davis still grieving the loss of her son, Martel DeRuin.
Every day is very hard. I haven't slept in a very long time. It's just, as a mother, to lose a son and to lose him that way, it's unimaginable, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody, nobody, ever.
DeRuin in January 2021 was shot and killed by Sasha Scar at his apartment complex on La Cantera Parkway. Scar was arrested almost 2 weeks after DeRuin was found dead. Today, the jury took a little over 2 hours to find Scar guilty. When that verdict was read, Scar had no reaction.
We, the jury, find the defendant Sasha Scar guilty of the offense of murder as charged in the indictment.
During punishment testimony, not only did we hear from DeRuin's mom, but his father and wife also took the stand.
We're all going through a real difficult time right now.
Everything that he taught me, I know that he wouldn't want us crying.
Now it will be up to the jury to decide punishment. And that deliberation for punishment will take place tomorrow morning beginning at 9 a.m. Scar is facing anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison. At the Kidder Reeves Justice Center, Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Erica, thank you. And an argument at a park on the west side leads to a stabbing. Now San Antonio police are investigating. Police say the stabbing happened around 1 this morning in the 1000 block of Hidalgo Street, not far from South Laredo and Zarza Zamora. Officers explained the victim was stabbed by someone during an argument. That victim was then taken to University Hospital. There's no word on his condition yet. The suspect ran away and has not been found.
The city of San Antonio passed a new rule requiring breaks and water for construction workers out in the heat, but not all construction workers. City Hall reporter Garrett Berger tells us who's covered and who's not.
As the scorching summer heat continues to beat down, the San Antonio City Council voted today that contractors on city jobs must take precautions.
Water breaks and the right to drink water on the job is not radical, and it's not an overreach.
When the heat index is 95 or hotter, requirements for city contractors will now include providing workers 15-minute breaks every 4 hours and shade and water. They'll also have to submit a heat safety plan when they bid on jobs.
If an employer has a piece of equipment that needs oil, gas, or maintenance, he will shut the equipment off for service. Why then would opponents not do the same for a human life?
The new requirements were born out of a request last year by Councilwoman Rocha Garcia and former Councilwoman Ana Sandoval. Their original idea included considering an ordinance like those in Austin and Dallas, which also cover workers on private construction sites, not just city jobs. But a sweeping law out of the state legislature to restrict local power, which is now tied up in court, and opposition from people in the construction community helped water things down. Even with this narrower ordinance, they had reservations.
We just felt like it was an unnecessary ordinance, that this was already being done.
Two Northside councilmen, Manny Pelaez and Mark White, agreed, arguing the city's contractors already take precautions.
This is creating an issue where there is none.
Whether there was an issue or not, supporters hope this means there won't be in the future. Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
Thanks for that, Garrett. Now, construction workers are getting a drink of water, but Adam, when are we going to see a drink of water for the Edwards Aquifer?
Oh, that's the problem here. You know, we just can't drum up enough rain to really put a dent in our drought or make a difference. Coming up at 6:45, I will show you the newest drought monitor, and shortly I'm going to show you the fire danger for tomorrow and the fire risk across the state. High temperatures today, well, triple digits and upper 90s. Amarillo, Lubbock, Midland, 97. Del Rio, 104. Abilene, 102. Laredo, 102 for the high. And officially in San Antonio, 102 for the high temperature today. That missed the record for the day by 1 degree. Clearing this evening, temperatures falling down gradually through the 90s and 80s. By midnight, 82 degrees. And turning humid, the southeasterly wind at 5 to 15 coming off the Gulf is going to boost that humidity tonight, which we really didn't have the past couple of nights. We're going to talk about meteorological summer coming to an end and the records that have been broken in just a bit.
Thanks, Adam. Now looking around town on the traffic, we're looking at 410 and Starcrest. Not what you want to see Thursday afternoon when we're trying to wrap up rush hour there. Looks like some of those middle lanes are all still moving, except for that far. Well, they all look like they are moving. They're just creeping along.
Yes.
That's what you want to see right now.
Slow going at this hour. Have you heard of the Texas School Safety Center or the Chief of School Safety and Security for Texas? Here's a better question. What are both doing to try to make your child's school safer?
Every campus shooter, every active threat, someone has always said something in writing, online, to one of their peers, to a teacher, to a family member.
The Texas School Safety Center is trying to catch that something through teams created at districts across the state. We hit the road to San Marcos and to Austin to introduce you to that center and the Chief of School Safety and Security. It's all in a new KSAT Explains. Still to come here at 6.
And after the break, STAR test scores for San Antonio school districts released this week show improvement. But are they good enough? Well, the TEA says they could be better. Next.
There were problems with the cockroaches and some other pests back there, and that there was a need for some cleaning before they came back.
Tonight on the Night Beat, Tim Gerber stops by a supermarket where a bakery and cafe were dealing with a pest problem. The other violations inspectors found and what the businesses had to say coming up tonight at 10.
San Antonio school districts are proud of their improving STAR test scores, but they're frustrated. District ratings will actually go down despite students improving. Northside ISD and Southside ISD say the Texas Education Agency has moved the goalpost for the district-wide accountability rating. That's a grade rating that can affect a district's funding and attention from the state. Now STAR test scores will carry less weight, and college career and military readiness and graduation rates will impact a district's score more. School district leaders argue that's not fair because graduation rates are retroactive.
It doesn't help kids, it doesn't help districts, and it seems incredibly punitive. So for that, we're disappointed that they chose to do it that way instead of giving us time to grow into that, which they've done in the past.
Several Texas school districts are suing the TEA for those accountability rating changes. Because of the pending litigation, the TEA says they have provided districts with a what-if score. It's based on the old rating system. We have the TEA's full comments on KSAT.com.
And you've probably heard it before, but be careful what you share on social media. You may be spreading a scam and not even know it. It's called a bait and switch, and the scheme is on the rise. It often starts with an emotional plea to share a post about a missing child or an injured pet just found on the side of the road. And after it's shared over and over and over again, the author of the fake post edits it to something completely different, including a malicious link. The goal is to get the people to click on that link to steal their money or information.
Pause, take a breath. Before you share, consider the source. Verify that person is a real person.
You can check a person's profile, and if it's new or if they have few friends, it may be fake. If the comments are turned off, that's another red flag.
Let's turn to the weather now. It feels like baby steps, but it seems like things are changing ever so slowly.
We did get a 99 in that forecast earlier, so silver lining.
And you're thinking about the mornings the past few days that were a little
better.
Better.
They
Yeah, I
were
don't want
better.
to say cooler, but better.
Just
yes.
better.
Well, that trend's slowly coming to an end, too.
Come on.
He led us into that one.
Yeah.
Dashing my hopes.
I baited you. Bait and switch right there.
Wow. We just warned people
Speaking
against
of the red flag of the newsroom,
right.
Adam Caskey.
Yeah. Speaking of red, take a look at our month. All the red days indicate when the temperature was above average for the day, and August coming to a close. We have the data for today, a morning low of 75, a high of 102. We had one day this month when our temperature was below average, and that was on the 22nd when it was 91 for the high, and that's when Tropical Storm Harold brought us some rain. So our average temperature for the month, 90.6. That's not just the hottest August ever, but the hottest month ever on record here in San Antonio. Records go back to the late 1800s. You look at June, July, and August, meteorological summer. That's how we keep records in meteorology, is by those 3-month increments. June, July, August, way above average. It's early June when we actually had temperatures near and below average. And that was when we were starting to pull out of that rainy pattern that we had throughout the spring. Hottest summer on record here in San Antonio. And if you're keeping tally, the triple-digit day count, 64. Now we're at 64, and we'll continue to pile them up. Tomorrow will be 65, and we'll just keep adding to it this weekend and even through Labor Day. Now there's a chance we could dip down to 99 for the high for the middle part of next week. And there's the possibility of that. But as I like to say, especially when it comes to the Fahrenheit scale, what's the degree amongst friends? Unless you're talking 32 and 33. That's about the only change and only difference. All right, here's our big picture. Upper level high, Big Blue H, it's over New Mexico. So we still have a bit of this northerly flow aloft. We also have this weak upper level low, this disturbance near Louisiana and New Orleans. This, we often look for these upper level lows, those disturbances to move our way to kickstart some showers and storms. But this is going to be very insignificant and benign. It's not going to really do anything for us. It's going to drift over Texas the next several days before finally getting kicked eastward. And unfortunately, it's not going to give us anything in terms of rainfall or even hope for rain. Along the Gulf Coast, a few afternoon sea breeze showers could pop up next week, but I think that's about it. Here's our fire danger. We're looking at the high to very high category, especially locally and northward. We've got all that very dry ground and dry, low humidity in the afternoon, 21% right now, for example. The dew point of only 53, but that's going to be rising as we go through the evening. The humidity is going to rise. 100 at Hondo now, Comfort 100, New Braunfels 102, Bulverde 98, 99 in Uvalde and Del Rio right now at 102. Tomorrow morning, mid-70s, 75 degrees in San Antonio, a little bit lower, a little bit cooler in some outlying areas. Then 96 at noon, 101 the high temperature, with an east wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour, east-southeasterly breeze. So Kerrville 99, Cotulla 103, Carrizo Springs 102, along with Gonzales, Converse 100 even for the high temperature. Looking good so far with the ERCOT supply and demand forecast for the days ahead. CPS Energy peak demand day. It's a green day tomorrow. Your everyday conservation is what we'll be doing. Your typical actions that you can take. Turn off the lights when you leave the room, right? Turn off the ceiling fan when you leave the room and get used to that trend. Sunny still near 100.
And as soon as you get home, crank up that AC. Thanks for that, Adam.
Maybe it's the return of football that has me hopeful for a weather change, right? But we're in week 2 of big game coverage.
And it's still hot outside. And
Yes,
also week 2, we're starting district play tonight because some of these districts have 10+ schools. So you got to start district in week 2. One of those games is district play tonight. Will feature Highlands and McCollum. We got a little preview coming up. Plus, San Antonio FC made some really cool history last night. Coming up.
I didn't realize that we're the first team in history to do that. So that's a huge thing for us.
Sure is. Jordan Farr and SAFC made some awesome history last night in big board sports. Big game coverage week 2 kicks off tonight with a district contest between the McCollum Cowboys and the Highlands Owls. Highlands lost their season opener 42-0 against Austin Crockett, and McCollum won their season opener beating South San 27-0. This is a District 14 5A D2 matchup, a 10-team district that also features teams like Alamo Heights and Harlandale. And Highlands, they're ready to go.
Our district is pretty competitive. Alamo Heights has kind of separated themselves, but our goal is to reel them in and get after it. Our guys are ready to play everybody. We've got them up on the board, and we're just going to go 1 week at a time. And some good tradition here. Great head coaches in this district. I've been able to sit down with all of them and visit with them. So I'm excited.
Here's the BGC schedule for tonight. McCollum will take on Highlands, 7 p.m. at Alamo Stadium in district play. MacArthur will play home, 7 p.m. at the Gus. Marshall High will play at Laredo United, and South San will play football with Sotomayor, 7 p.m. at Ferris Stadium.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Dallas Cowboys right tackle Terrence Steele is an excellent comeback story. Last season, back in December, he tore the ACL and MCL on his left knee, ending his season in Week 14. And ever since then, his goal was to work hard, rehab, and get back on the field. And that is exactly what he's done. Now he wants to team up again with Zach Martin, Tyler Biadasz, Tyler Smith, and Tyron Smith to help the boys' O-line become one of the best in the NFL.
Tons of experience, leadership, all that. Continuity, it's the same 5 as last year. So hopefully just keep building on what we've been doing. Oh man, that's the main thing is us staying healthy. We keep that in account every day. Us 5 healthy, man, the sky's the limit. So really, because my O-line 5 is 1. You know what I'm saying? So the more we can all get together and have the same language and know what's going on, and the better we can be.
Quarterback Trey Lance is now practicing with the boys, and he said he is excited to be there. San Antonio FC is the first team to win the Copa Tejas in back-to-back seasons, the first club in either MLS or the USL Championship. SAFC played Rio Grande Valley FC to a scoreless draw last night. Now, San Antonio needed either a win or a draw to repeat as Texas Cup champs. They got the draw and their 3rd clean sheet in a row. SAFC is up to 49 points in the Western Conference, good enough for first place in the standings.
Yeah, I'm very happy that we became first time in history, back-to-back Copa Tejas champions. This was an important cup for us, created by the fans. We owe everything to our fans, so we put our best foot forward, and we found a way to get the job done. Obviously wanted more than a tie, but sometimes, again, it's just about finding ways to get the job done. Win our first cup this year. It's a great feeling. Currently put ourselves in first place in the Western Conference. So all in all, pleased.
SAFC will play Sunday at FC Tulsa at 8 p.m.
See what the coach did there, Larry? Best foot forward. On the soccer pitch, the guy is scoring on all cylinders, even though they didn't score on the pitch. So they got the win.
Yes, exactly.
They got the one in the win column.
Thank you, Larry. Still to come here at 6, what is the state doing to make your child's school safer? We take you to the Texas School Safety Center and a new KSAT Explains next.